Right now it's clear the industry is moving toward Agentic AI. This is a general-purpose agent that doesn't just answer questions, they actually perform tasks. You can enable Agent mode, describe the task precisely, and the agent spins up its own viral environment and works autonomously. It can reason through problems, run deep research, and then take real actions, clicking through interface, filling forms, and interacting with connected tool if you grant access. At any moment you can interrupt, guide the process, take over manually or stop it entirely. GPT Agents are still an emerging tool. Alongside their power come real limitations: speed, security considerations, and the need for very structured prompt to get reliable results. After weeks of testing, I want to show you practical, high-impact use cases where ChatGPT Agent makes sense for business and work without falling into the common traps. All prompt templates will be linked in the comments. Let's start. At this point, there's one thing you need to understand. The most important part of any AI agent is not the model or tool, it's the prompt. Any agentic tool doesn't think like a human, it doesn't remember intentions, but following instructions literally. And there's where most people fail. If you write prompt like message instead of instructions, with long paragraphs, mixed ideas, no structures, as a result of unstable behavior and random outcomes. That's why prompt building for agent is a different skill, and I will shortly explain how you can build your instructions to get the most expected outcomes, avoiding pitfalls. A good prompt must be readable, so you can instantly understand what the agent is doing. It must be editable, because the real business workflows are constantly evolving, so you should always know which part of the prompt you should update to align with new requirements. And it must be precise, because vague instructions create unpredictable agent behavior. The prompt structure broken into clear sections, and each one has a specific job. Role defines who the agent is and how it should behave. It sets identity, expertise, and boundaries so the agent doesn't act randomly. Task define exactly what needs to be done. This is outcome the agent is responsible for delivering. Describing step-by-step thinking control how the agent approaches the work. It forces the agent to slow down and reason instead of rushing. Specific rules define constraints and quality standard. They keep results consistent and usable across runs. Context explains why the task exists and where it fits. This helps the agent make decisions that actually make sense in real world. And the last one, notes, act as final reminders and safeguards. They prevent small but costly mistakes. The first use case is for anyone who wants to speed up presentation work after deep research phase. You start in a regular chat, enable agent mode from the toolbar, and run a pre-built instructions set that covers the entire workflow. This prompt generates an executive-level website performance insights presentation. In this example, it analyzes Sierra's site, but the same setup works for any websites or web services. The goal isn't a deep technical audit, it's a strategic snapshot that turns SEO performance and UX data into clear business insights. The agent spins up its own viral environment, opens the site, navigates through pages, and analyzes everything like a CRO consultant would. It then compiles the findings directly into a PowerPoint file. So data composition looks like good, but one key detail, I didn't give it any design instructions. So it looks nice, but could be better. Then let's try it again. But this time I'll give it a full brand style guide, and it starts build presentation based on our design requirements. After redesign it looks like prettier, but still have issue in design. This is where the strengths and limits of agentic presentation become clear. The agent is excellent in research and structuring information, but visual design isn't its strongest skill. When the layout or styling doesn't quite feel right, there's where Gamma comes in. So I take the presentation the agent generated, head over the Gamma, upload the file. From there you could select the presentation format and set the visual direction, style, formatting, rules, image generation, and overtone. I just choose theme. Gamma is built specifically for this kind of work. It uses AI to reshape raw content into clean presentation, landing pages, or documents, where you start from a file, a reference, or even plain text. The next use case I want to show you is lead research or lead generation agent. This is especially effective if you are running or working with B2B company. The main idea is to look for customer signals. These are actions that show a company is likely to become a customer. For example, if we sell AI and automation services, one strong signal is when a customer starts hiring for AI roles. If they're hiring in this area, it usually means they are serious about using AI in their business. I set up my GPT agent to behave like B2B research specialist. His job is to find and list 50 companies that are either hiring now or have hired in the last few months. For roles focused on AI adoption and transformation, not building products, but deploying AI across team. To keep the result relevant, the search is limited to the USA and Europe, which is where our client operates. You can watch the agent move through job platforms like LinkedIn, reviewing listing in real time and discarding anything that doesn't match the criteria. After running hundreds of searches across multiple sources, it produces a clean list of 50 qualified leads. For each one, you get the company name, location, the open role, and what is more important, proof that it involves AI enablement, and a direct link to the source. This is where the GPT agent really starts to show its power. Instead of just reading text, it can move through massive amount of unstructured information, like customer review, forum posts, comments, email, and turn all of that house into clear, organized insights with charts. Imagine you're about to adopt a new tool, or you want to understand what people really think about your product inside online communities. You tell the agent where to look, for example, Reddit, LinkedIn groups, or any open web, and how to structure the results. From there, the agent builds a Google Sheet exactly the way you asked. One tab collects the raw comments in predefined columns. Another tab turns those into summaries and simple charts. The moment you start the task, it begins searching across multiple sources. The agent clicks through threads, open pages, scrolls, and reads individual comments just like a human research would. If you want, you can take it a step further and have the file automatically uploaded to a specific folder in Google Drive. That requires connecting your Google account, which comes with security considerations. So it's smart to use a separate test profile rather than your main one. After authorization, if you do it at first time, the agent proceeds movement to define folder in Google Drive. And after a few seconds, you have the result as a file completely saved in appropriate place. The last one use case for today, I'm setting up an AI new monitoring agent. The prompt defines it as a weekly watcher with a very specific job. Once a week at 8 AM, it scans the web for meaningful updates, press releases, product launches, or major announcements related to generative AI platforms like Runway, Google View, or OpenAI Sora. The same structure works for any topics, you just swap the sources or keywords as you wish. The prompt also clearly defines what counts as a significant updates. I then reuse the same prompt, set it on a schedule, and in one click, I get a weekly AI news brief. The same approach can be applied to any industry or information stream you want to track. So, when does it actually make sense to use ChatGPT agent? They shine when a task combines research, reasoning, and execution across multiple tools. Things like gathering data, preparing presentation, cross-checking analytics, or supporting complex decisions, especially when the work is time-consuming, semi-manual, and hard to fully automate with classic workflows. If a task requires both thinking and doing, and normally eats up hours of your time, an agent is worth considering. Because of that, today they're best used for low-risk but high-leverage work, not for action with serious business consequences like sending emails for clients or modifying critical files. If you want to learn how to use AI tools thoughtfully in marketing and online business, subscribe to the channel. All prompts used in this video are available in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.